This is a story about faith and financial breakthrough, inspired by the biblical story of the widow of Zarephath on 1 Kings 17:8-16. This story illustrates faith, obedience, and divine provision in times of financial hardship. In the village of Zarephath, a widow faced her greatest test. With famine in the land and no food left, she prepared to cook her last meal, until an unexpected visitor changed everything. A woman who was a widow sighs as she looks at her empty flour jar and oil jug. "Lord, is this how my son and I will perish?" The widow is about to light the fire when a man in a dusty robe, Prophet Elijah, approaches and says, "Woman, may I have a cup of water?" The widow hesitates, but nods and goes to fetch water. As she turns back, "And please bring me a piece of bread as well." The widow stops in her tracks, looking heartbroken, and says, "I swear by the Lord your God, I have nothing but a handful of flour and a little oil. I was gathering sticks to prepare a last meal for my son and me, and then we will die." Elijah, smiling confidently, says, "Fear not. The Lord says this: your flour will not run out, and your oil will never dry up until the famine ends. Just make a small loaf for me first, and then prepare something for you and your son." The woman hesitates, but with a deep breath, decides to obey. The woman kneels beside her small jar of flour and oil. She pours, but the oil keeps flowing. She scoops flour, but the jar never empties. Her eyes widen in shock. The woman obeyed in faith, and the miracle happened. Every day, her flour and oil never ran out, just as God had promised through Elijah. The widow serves a warm loaf to Elijah, then watches as her son eats with joy. Tears fill her eyes. Her son, laughing, shouted, "Mama, look, we have food." The woman, smiling through tears, says, "God truly provides." Faith in God's promises brings unexpected blessings, just like the widow. When we trust and obey, provision follows, even in the hardest times. The Lord will provide. Philippians 4:19.